If you have never journaled and want to start journaling this year but don't know where to start, you'll probably like this video. Hi, this is Prachita and this is my first YouTube video, and I'm so excited to share how I do journaling so that you can learn and start journaling this year. That journaling is the best tool for self-awareness. So basically I started journaling because I wanted to achieve my goals. Let me explain. So I understood that in order to achieve your goals, you need to change your behavior. And in order to change your behavior, you should be knowing your current behavior. And you can only know your current behavior when you are self-aware. Self-aware of your thoughts, emotions, and behaviors. Journaling is the easiest way to be self-aware. And that's the reason I started journaling. Now, before I tell you more about journaling, here are the materials which you require for journaling. So, a book and a pen. Okay, you can take any book. I bought this one from DIY and it was just for 264 rupees. You can buy any book. Okay, it can be a plain notebook, it can be spiral bonded notebook, anything. So basically it's a simple book which has ruled page, bond book, any simple book. You don't want fancy book. I started my journaling journey in 2024 and actually wanted to journal from 2020, but that never happened because I always wanted the pages, the everything to be perfect, but later realized that it's actually not practical to keep a pretty tidy journal when you are just beginning to journal. So then when I started using a simple ruled book, that's when I actually started journaling without caring about how neat it looks or how pretty it looks. Because the main goal was to just write down my thoughts here and not to make the journal look pretty. Uh, only when I thought of, it's okay to not have a pretty journal, that's when I actually started journaling well. And being a fan of stationery and books like this, at first I used to hoard notebooks and hoard diaries like this, and I really felt bad to journal. But now I don't do that anymore. Okay, let's come back to the topic. There are different techniques of journaling, and the one which I use is the easiest one, which is called expressive writing. It's very simple. All you have to do is just express yourself. Whatever comes to your mind, you put it down on your book. It is very satisfying. Okay, so now that you know the technique, let's get into how to start journaling. So basically what I do is I focus on two things when it comes to journaling. One is I focus on the triggers, and two is I focus on the glimmers. Okay, now let me explain what triggers and glimmers are. Triggers are nothing but a situation or person that might make you feel sad, hurt, angry, frustrated, angry, jealous, upset. So basically, whenever you feel negative emotions, that means that you are triggered. Okay, now let's come to glimmers. Glimmers are nothing but any activity which makes you feel happy or brings that childlike spark in your eyes. So in order to achieve your goals, you need to be aware of both the triggers and glimmers so that you can balance it out while you are working towards goal. So there are two ways of how I do journaling. First is I just open my journal and write my thoughts uh, about the previous day, whether it was a trigger or a glimmer, and I just pour my heart out in it. Okay, I don't look at number of pages I'm writing, nothing. I just put my thoughts down on the paper. The second way in which I do journaling is by taking help of prompts. Now prompts can be as simple as when is my energy the highest during the day and when is it the lowest. So now I take this prompt and write my thoughts based on my experience. So this way it becomes easier for you to start writing. I'll share a list of prompts in the description below so that you can start your journaling journey. Okay, now the most important part, tips on staying consistent. When you initially start journaling and when it is not a habit for you, there is a high chance that you will skip journaling for a day, a week, maybe even for a month. So, how do you make sure that you are journaling every single day? The next thing you have to do is schedule your journaling time. Now, this can be either early in the morning before you start your day or late in the night when you want to unwind. I personally prefer to journal in the morning because that feels like a good start for me, and I actually like to take some time out in the morning before I start doing my daily task. Another tip I would like to share with you so that you stay consistent with journaling is to do habit stacking. So, what do you mean by habit stacking? You simply take your old habit and stack your new habit on it and then do it together. For example, I like to spend my first hour without any digital device close by. That's when I keep my journal and a pen with me because I am not distracted with anything else at that moment. So you can do it with some of your old habits. The third tip to be consistent at journaling is to keep journal prompts ready with you. At least 10 journal prompts. You can write it on a piece of paper and keep that piece of paper in your journal so that whenever you open that book to do journaling, you have that piece of paper ready. So all you have to do is pick one prompt and start writing your thoughts on this. This way, it will make the process of starting less overwhelming. I have shared some prompts in the description below to help you get started with your journaling journey. And yeah, I hope this video was helpful, and thank you so much for watching till the end, and let me know how you found this video. Thank you. Yay, I did my first video.